So, I guess welcome to the first relaunch, first
Yeah,
episode.
welcome. Welcome everyone
Here we
to
are.
our first relaunch. John, when were we last on together? Has it been a year?
It's been a minute.
Surely.
It's been a bit. Um, I think, yeah, I don't know. It's been a while. So I think I'm curious, Raj, what is your objective? Like, what are you trying to accomplish with this podcast?
Great question. Um, get more information out to the world, I think, and hear different perspectives, learn new things, and personally to keep pushing myself out of my comfort zone. I know that when I was on with you before and we did this for years every week, the things that I learned, how much I grew personally, and then just hearing feedback from people in terms of what they were learning. And we invited guests on and what they were sharing as well. I think it's an opportunity for me to get out of my day to day humdrum of growing a business and everything else that I'm doing and actually have a space where I'm able to sit with somebody like you and other professionals and leaders and speakers and entrepreneurs and create a space where they can share their life's work and their perspective with the world. So I'm just excited to be able to be a part of that.
Hmm. When you say comfort zone, What's that line? Like, what's uncomfortable about podcasts for you, or what's the stretch?
Um, well, I do a lot of presenting every single week, and I'm presenting to huge audiences, and sometimes I'm on stage and in person. Yeah, you know me, John. I'm a planner. I like to plan things, right? And if anyone knows John, John gets me out of my comfort zone because sometimes we just never know where it's going to go. So I think it reminds me that it helps me to get into this place of where I'm as a coach. Because when I'm a coach, I'm detached from the outcome. I'm not over orchestrating it. I'm not overthinking it. Yet there are a lot of spaces in my world, my life and business right now where have to be in a bit more of a tight container.
Hmm.
What do you think of that?
It sounds very fun. It sounds like we got some work to do.
Well, what about you? What's your objective?
Uh, I got a couple. I mean, for me, I want something that I can invite people to that's meaningful, that feels like it aligns with the larger mission and vision of, what got me into coaching in the first place, which is this ability of the coaching profession to offer human beings a new way of relating to each other and communicating that helps people explore that inner world and leads people to inner fulfillment, which then spills out into their lives and into the community. And I think this podcast is a vehicle for that. It's a vehicle to explore what other human beings are doing, what their inner world is like in a way that helps us listen and get more curious behind the usual facades that I think coaching does really well because it does it in a non-threatening way. Like it invites people into that deeper world, but doesn't judge what comes up. It stays curious with it. So, and that's really the brilliance of coaching is this endless curiosity. And when that inner world is approached that way, I'm interested to see what happens. I think that in a lot of interviews I've done before, I feel like there's this stiltedness of people take about 20, 30 minutes before they finally let their guard down and just talk as a human being without trying to get to just, get to their narrative points or sound points or try to sell something or position themselves and or validate a certain narrative that they think they need to validate. I'm curious to see if we can break through that crust and really get to listen to people's hearts. And that's what I want for this podcast. And be able to invite people to that. Hey, let's experience this together. Let's experience the coaching, let's experience what coaching curiosity can do. And not you don't just have just one, you know, uh, accredited coach. You have two accredited coaches at some of the highest levels. Let's see what we can do. Let's see how we can break through and really get to learn where people are truly coming from. That's my objective with this.
Why do you think so many people have their guard up?
We're taught it. It's so our society teaches it. I think. I mean, it's fascinating where there was a student film festival recently went to, and there were maybe a dozen films, maybe a dozen and a half. All of them, except one, was about fighting or one-upping or
Mm.
not being kind. And I don't know if our society, if it's just a certain numbness or if it's from being in a school system where you get literally graded multiple times a day. You're constantly assessing status. Am I above? Am I ahead or behind? Uh, I mean, human beings, you look at history, but very, very status based, still a status based. It's all status based. So I think there's a certain guardedness, a certain idea, especially if you're looking at people who are stuck in this idea of fixed mindset, really into this place of if I make someone unhappy, that means that there's more happiness available for me because they didn't get their part of the happy pie. But the reality is there's infinite happy pie. And the more you can really lean in and help somebody get their happy pie, they become a more fulfilled person, and that benefits you. And I think that our grading system, I think the way that our society is structured, it inhibits that. And I do love competition. I really do. I think that competition is healthy. I think it's useful. I think it's a beautiful thing if it's approached as a vehicle for personal growth and development. And there are ideas around growth mindset involved. And there are narratives that, earning something doesn't equal worth. But I mean, I don't know, it feels paradoxical in some ways to think that, okay, I think a lot of people are here because our system pushes us this way. Maybe it's human nature. And at the same time, we know enough about what it takes to lead a fulfilled life to understand, yeah, there are ideas that really help. Applying ideas of sports psychology to your life and understanding goal setting theory, that helps. Really understanding the idea between growth mindset and fixed mindset, that helps. Snyder's hope theory, that helps. So we know a lot of things that really truly help. I view our job in this podcast in the coaching field in general is to share this in a way that doesn't judge or shame, but really share it in a way that encourages and invites that deeper curiosity. Yeah, so I think that's why it's there. And this is where I feel like the coaching profession fits into its larger context.
I'm hearing from you, it's also creating that safe space, isn't it? Because if I think about why I might have my guard up, it's also the experiences that have shaped
Right.
me. Being a
Absolutely.
woman, being an Indian woman, and you and I have talked about this before, having to, and not just felt that I've had to, prove myself more, right? The letters after my name, the credentials, being in the spaces where I have felt challenged or judged. I think have not always lent themselves to that freedom to feel safe. Like, where might I get judged? And what if I put this out there, what does it represent? Where can I authentically be me? Or do I feel I have to mask parts of that?
Hmm. Yeah, there's layers. And yeah, there's layers. So how does that play into this podcast, Raj?
Well, I think as we're talking as well, I think for me, in terms of my values as well, is I really want to create a space for people where they can authentically be them, where they do feel safe. And I think for me, role modeling is really important. So once again, getting out of my comfort zone and being here right now and talking to you is part of my values. Walk the walk, talk the talk, and role model, even if it's uncomfortable, just being real, but
Right.
showing others that it's okay and that there is a safe, non-judgmental space. Also, that reminder, I think about the programs that I lead and the leaders that I work with, and I often get feedback from people that your story really helped me. Or when you shared and you were vulnerable and real, I realized I could be that too. And I think we have so much to hear and learn from the great people that we're going to invite on here that are going to give other people permission to be real and raw and authentic. And just know that even through that, you can achieve great success. It's not in spite of it.
Hmm. What are you most curious about? Some of the women CEOs you work with. What are you truly most curious about?
Well, I'm really curious how some of them are balancing it all, right? So much responsibility, and you know, there's just some remarkable women leaders that I know. And I'm just so inspired by how they balance it and manage it and juggle it, um, but not lose themselves in the process. So I know we talked earlier, even thinking about stress and burnout and overwhelm, being resilient in the face of adversity. Just really curious about what tips they have got for other women, or not just women, but for people that are listening. One or two tips that they've got in terms of how do they stay grounded through it all. What about you, John? What are you curious about? I lost you. You're muted.
There we go. I'm still curious about what you're curious about at the moment, to be frank. And I also got to stop these notifications because Brittany and Henry are communicating about coach theory, like coach client matching app that we've developed.
Mhm.
And it's working, but we're working out the bugs still. And it's yeah, man, you're talking about balancing it all, thinking, yeah, it's hilarious.
How do you balance it all?
I don't know if I do. It's I'm not sure I do. Yeah. I think I just get pretty incessant on systems. And I have currently a pretty good physical outlet, and that helps so much. Like that's the saving grace, I think, of my life. And then having something where, I'm nothing else can exist because I'm 100% physically engaged in a different activity. Getting to that place, and
Mm.
also feeling playful. I feel like that's been the thing that's been keeping me sane through all of this. Um, I also think our society has a thing where we're not quite, I think we haven't, oddly enough, given enough attention to the physicality. Like we do in some way, we overdo in some ways, but then we underdo in other ways. It's this odd. I think the overdo is this kind of consumption of sport and, you know, I don't know, workout mindsets without without having like enough of, it's not like our society has like, hey, we're gonna have a community soccer day and everyone in the neighborhood goes to play soccer together, no matter how old they are. Or, um, I mean, at least it's not common. And so yeah, I think that's where, so it's interesting to have something where I feel like, yeah, like I'm 100% engaged. Like it's a secret sauce. It really is.
Hmm.
Um, and I also have
I
a really good
just,
team too. Like that, but it's taking a
yeah.
while to get a really good team.
So what kind of things do you do?
I am the assistant club wrestling coach.
Are you?
Yeah,
I did not know
yeah.
that.
Yes, I've been, and then it's lovely because there's we have two boys. Uh, they're gonna be 10 and 7 here pretty soon. And so I get to be, part of the room. I really like the head coach. Uh, he's a Hood River Valley, Austin Lister. It's just, it's really nice to have a good head coach, like energetically, everything. He's just super encouraging. And I know for him, it had a really big impact. Like wrestling had a really big impact in his life, helping him have an outlet to work through things. And so he puts it on year round. It's a year round program. So, there are 3 opportunities a week for me to wrestle. And I'll go live with the high schoolers. So I'll wrestle like 20, 30 minutes a couple times a week. And that's pretty much all I can take. But
That's cool.
I wrestled an active duty Navy SEAL 2 weeks ago.
How was
He
that
had about,
experience?
uh, it was good. Because I wrestled in college, right? I wrestled D1 in college. And any D1 wrestler, if you're going back to wrestle high schoolers, you're probably going to romp. And I do. And unless they're at the state competition level where, they're thinking, the top 5 finish in state kind of thing. Those guys give me challenges, but I can still hold my own kind of thing. But an active duty Navy SEAL in his early 30s, who was also a 3-time Oregon State champion, wrestled for Navy, a team captain. You know, he has about, I have about 16 years on him, and he has about 25 pounds on me. Oh my goodness. It's all I could do is just hold my own. I could hold my own barely. Like I would lose a match, no question. Uh, but oh my goodness, it was so fun. It's so fun. Oh, I mean, he took me down like 5 times. I got him once. And, but I was so happy. And I think part of it is showing the high schoolers who are watching, because they watch everything that us, older guys do, is showing them like, yeah, like this is how you wrestle someone who's obviously better than you, but you still have fun with it and you still try things out and you still, you know, it's not about trying to win the thing all the time, but my goodness, like after after that, and that was a longer session. That was about 45 minutes. Oh, I was wrecked. It wasn't just one thing. It was like 3 things at the same time. And like it was like, and I it's also interesting because I feel myself pushing up against that. All right, there's a time clock on this. There's a spot where I just know my body cannot physically handle what it is or needs to do. And but is it 5 years from now? Is it 5 months from now? Is it 2 decades, 15 years? How much time do I have? I don't really don't know. But I'm at least in wrestling shape and I can hang. Like it's been a year and a half of,
Do you
like
have a
building up.
wrestler name, John? Do you have a wrestling name?
They call me Coach Stubbs, which is really cute. It is the
Okay.
cutest. So yeah, I enjoy it. And there's actually one tonight. I haven't wrestled. I haven't gone in a week and a half because they had to change out the lights in the gym, and then they had I guess another team had a tryout. So I'm feeling it. Feeling a little, you know, like I need to. I need an outlet. So
Mm.
I feel a little worried about the young ones tonight. Wanna
You're going to unleash, you're
a
going
little
to
bit,
unleash all of that.
a little
So, John,
bit.
for
Yeah.
you, other than that physical workout and having fun, how does that impact the rest of your well-being?
Well, it's amazing that it is the primary thing that I do, so it's just so time efficient. And I don't know if, I mean, last time you stepped on a wrestling mat, Raj,
Never.
right? Or, you try or you push yourself to 100% maximum physically, in a competitive environment. And the thing about wrestling too is that it's not just okay, you'll lose points, but you could get like hurt. You don't want the person to like wail on your head or like, open yourself up to like, oh, you leave your arm in a certain, unguarded. So there's a certain amount of like safety energy, energy has to be put towards your physical safety so you stay safe. Especially wrestling a 31-year-old active duty Navy SEAL. Like, oh my goodness, he had a heavy club. And I was like, bro, come on, man. I'm not. But
Got
it
a
was a
visual.
thing, and I broke a rib and I was in college, wrestling for it was freestyle, but it was for, trying to get on junior Olympic nationals or what, some sort of national team. And I didn't make it, but I broke a rib in the process and I never had it fixed. So it kind of sticks out. It's an odd thing, but it got hurt 2 weeks ago before I wrestled the seal. And I had to tell him, I say, hey man, just watch this area of when you give the injury report, like this shoulder, this rib, this knee, like, all right, now but it was cool. Like it was cool because I think there's a respect among wrestlers to like, all right, like but I still want to roll. Although, yeah, like there's obvious things, but there's still, it's just, it's hard to explain, but I feel like there's a level of like being embodiedness that happens when engaged in physicality of that nature too. That acts like just a complete mental reset, and it feels like a brother and sisterhood, and there are girls wrestle too. Girls wrestling is one of the biggest growing sports right now. My daughter wrestled for 2 years when she was in middle school. She now does track, but and it was amazing. Like watching her wrestle. I mean, oh my gosh, the emotion of it is insane. Like it's girls wrestling is some of the most, and there are girls on the team who I work with, and when I watch them wrestle, like it just the feels of that are incredible because you can feel them finding different aspects of self and expressing them. Yeah, I just really love the sport. I really do. It feels like it's playful. It's artistic too. It's you can try stuff out. Like it's fun. Yeah.
If this was a question we were going to ask our guest,
Hmm.
what kind of a question would it be?
Same one. Yeah. What's your physical outlet, or what do you do to reset yourself? You know. How about you, Raj?
You get me to think. I started doing Tai Chi, but at home recently because I'm trying to find somewhere. I want to start karate. And
Yeah.
yeah, I wanted to for a really, really long time. And I went and tested out a place and it just didn't feel right for me. So it just, the environment wasn't right. So I am committing, even right now as we're talking, to go and explore a couple of other places. So I really want to start karate. I want to do some kind of martial arts. I do a lot of meditation and mindfulness for mental and emotional, and recently have been really getting into resetting. vagus nerve and my nervous system. But physical, I love spin. I do have a bike at home that I'll regularly just get on and, just with dance music. I love to dance as well. So dance, spin. I do need to get into some kind of martial arts. I just feel I need to release that energy. And for me, looking at something like karate or Tai Chi is great in the morning, but it's not intense enough. I feel like I need to
Right.
release some of that energy that you're talking about, right?
Hmm.
And then the piece of that is around discipline for me, you know?
Spin is great.
Yeah,
Hitting a bike. That's not
yes.
nothing.
It
No,
it's not easy. I love it.
no, no. Yeah, yeah. No, that's good stuff. Yeah, I want to ask guests about this. I think it's good, and I imagine a lot of them will have things that they do.
Yeah.
You almost have to, if you're operating at higher levels, have something that you're physically engaged with.
Because that energy just gets stuck and stagnant. Because I do know that the mental and emotional side of things is much easier for me. I have all these rituals, when I
Yeah.
wake up in the morning and I pray, and, I never start the morning with my phone. I do meditate a lot. I do lots of
Yeah.
breathing throughout the day. Yet I wasn't brought up where you were encouraged to go and do things physically. You
Mm.
weren't, and in the UK, you weren't part of a team, or you didn't do sports, and you didn't do extracurricular things. It just wasn't a thing. I was quite a strict upbringing, and so as a girl, I wasn't encouraged to join teams or any of that. So I have to push and challenge myself to go and do that. But I know when I'm not doing it, how stuck and stagnant that energy is, and actually affects my whole being, my mood, my mindset, my energy, the way I communicate, the way I make decisions. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, I need to see you do karate. That's mhm. Kick a bag. I need to see Raj kicking a bag.
What do you think? What do you think you would see?
Oh, I think it'd be fantastic watching that energetic release of a lifetime of being told not or not encouraged, but here we are
Yeah.
now, world.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's why I'm feeling this surge.
See that plant there? Take it out. Get it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Gosh, it's a thing.
Break some wood and
I
yeah.
mean, I took my 5-year-old to the karate place, right? And it was just a trial. They offer all these trial things, right? It wasn't a great fit, and it's fine. But they did this thing where like they taught him to do a flying kick on a dummy, right? He do his flying kick, boom, amazing, loved it. Put 100% into it. He comes home, all the kid wants to do is flying kicks on the walls. And he's got enough that I'm thinking he's going to put a foot through a wall. It's
That's
just,
gonna be me, John.
yeah. So there you go.
All of that energy. So how are we doing? We've got about 5 minutes left. We have some ideas of thoughts and questions.
Well, I think I want to get, yeah, I think I want to find what where people are really at. Like what's really truly making this thing okay, you know? Because work can be challenging, it can be hard, and having those spaces make it okay. Really does.
Yeah. What's the release? What's the outlet? For me, physically, mentally, emotionally, I think
Yeah.
I just listening to you, I'm inspired now. I'm like, right, okay, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go and try out those couple of places. Just even hearing you has inspired me.
Yeah, you gotta hit something, you know.
You just have to hit something sometimes, don't you? Not people. We're not encouraging that, by the way. But just an outlet and a release.
I mean, hitting's not allowed in wrestling. Um, but no, it's a different kind of release, and I just think it's a beautiful sport. I'm very thankful for it in my life, and it has been a tremendous pleasure to help other high school, help, be a coach on this team that I get to see other kids just, take off. And, some of the guys I work with on the larger end and our 225-pounder won in overtime last year. And the whole gymnasium was like, one of those kind of moments. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
man, he's doing the moves like we worked on. And oh my gosh, yeah, it's cool. It's very cool.
So what's your biggest takeaway from today, John?
What's up?
What's your biggest takeaway from today?
It feels good to share. I haven't shared this in a professional setting, to this degree. I think this is what I want this podcast to be about too, is is a place that you can share that you don't really get a chance to share from certain perspectives. Yeah, that's my biggest takeaway. How about you?
Just enjoyed learning something new about you for a start, and just hearing the story in different perspectives. And yeah, it's been fun, and I've enjoyed getting out some of the mundane things as well. I did loads of great things in the work that I do. I had, great coaching sessions and supporting people in programs, yet there's not always the space to be able to sit and listen and chat and learn from somebody in a different way. Really enjoyed it. Thank you,
Yeah,
John.
me too. Yeah, me too. And yeah, we get to see a image, right? You kicking them, get it back. Is that the takeaway? Main takeaway, homework for next week.
Oh, in a karate suit, yeah.
Yep.
Get my karate outfit.
That's the other thing is like wrestling, you just show up. I don't know, I love it. Is you just show up and whatever you want, basically. And we have the tunes cranked. And it's all ages too. So it goes from because a lot of high schoolers help the little kids and then the little kids leave and the high schoolers roll. And it's really lovely to have that all ages feel, from coaches to 5-year-olds to high school, everybody's wrestling. So I really enjoy that as well. I imagine karate gyms are the same way. You get the all age feel.
Oh, I was going to say good luck to you tonight, but maybe it's like good luck to your opponent if you get on a fish.
Yeah, I don't think his name's Ryan. Ryan's not going to be there tonight. I was bitterly disappointed that the week that he was here, the gym was out of commission. So whatever, I'm over it. I would have, yeah, it's a raw subject.
Well, thank you for today, John. I love listening to your story and getting that inspiration, and I'm just excited for us to get back into this.
Me too. Me too. Get some great guests. I love to get maybe an outcome is like 5 questions that we ask every single time, but we
Yeah,
can let them evolve too. And I think it's lovely to be back in this with you. Thank you, Raj.
thank you. I appreciate you. I'm grateful for you, and
You
I'll
too.
see you next time.
Excellent. Bye, everyone.